What's going on here, all fans? Gamster coming at you again. We're going to be talking about Dragon Ball, Goku, Black, and Zamsau in the Tournament of Power. This is something a lot of people I think were wanting to see in the Tournament of Power, including myself. Just imagine if Goku Black went up against Topo, Jiren, or Zamsau went up against Jiren, or some of these guys that was on par with all these guys that wanted to do something. Just imagine how powerful they would be. Imagine how crazy they are. Imagine, okay, let's take out immortality. Let's take out the killing. Let's take out the just everything else that goes on to with how they are as characters as they were in the Trunks arc. Goku Black, as much as he can improve his technique, his stamina, same thing every time when he gets Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, Super Saiyan Rage, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 2. Goku Black always came back. He always came back. He always did something. He was always, I want to get stronger. And he had the capability to get stronger. He went Super Saiyan Rose above the Super Saiyan God Blue. He always went above and beyond. So Masu, he is a skilled warrior. He is a Kaishin, but he's not immortal because let's just take the immortal out right now. If he was not an immortal, then he'd be very wounded all the time. If Goku Black, as well as him, were very strict on their partnership, if they were like, okay, you handle this guy, you handle this guy, then they would tear up, and they would be the most powerful duo within the Tournament of Power thus far. And the reason why I say that is because we saw how on par they were when we saw them in the Future Trunks arc. We saw how on par they were when Trunks went up against them in the first place, and then with Goku and then Vegeta, and they had issues, and they always were like, well, we need to do this, we need to do that, and it never worked out because they were always on par. They always felt it, they were always in sync, and they always knew what the other were doing. So personally, I do think that Jiren would be a huge knockout. Like, Jiren would knock him clear across the sky. But if they did something else, then it would all depend on how good they would do, as well as everything else. Like, let's say they merged. Okay, possibly they could merge. We don't know if they could or they wouldn't. We're not fully sure if they would emerge. But then again, Jiren probably knock him out. But it'd be interesting to see them in the tournament nevertheless, because like Frieza seeing them like, oh, like you look like, and something like that. Like, just imagine if Frieza saw him, or if Gohan did, or Piccolo, or even Vegeta did, as well as Goku and all them, if they did not have that Future Trunks arc. Just imagine that, guys. Imagine if we did not have that arc, and if they were in Universe 11's Warriors. Just imagine if that happened. That would be really interesting. It'd be scary, but it'd be interesting because they are very deadly warriors. They are deadly warriors. They are skilled, they're smart, they are resourceful, they know what they're doing, they are just incredible. Goku Black is one of my favorite characters, but I'm gonna be honest, he would not be on par with Jiren at all. He would be able to probably have a good of as a fight with him, maybe. We don't know if he would, we don't know if he wouldn't. Again, this is just a what if moment. And we don't know if he'd be able to. We don't know if he'd stand up against him. We don't know if he'd go Ultra Instinct Goku Black or something. We don't know if he'd go above and beyond. We don't know that because, again, this is a what-if scenario. Same thing with Zamasu. Zamasu would get, I think, out of the tournament first before Goku Black because Zamasu, again, is a scout fighter, but he does not have the potential Goku's body had that Goku Black was trying to do because he says, I made this body my own. And with that saying, it does show that he's trying to control and become the ultimate warrior. And even though he's not, he'd be able to go further than because every time Jiren would beat him, he probably would come back. Every time he would come back. Every single time he'd do something. Every time he'd become stronger. So just imagine if he went against Jiren, Topo, Frieza, anything like this. He'd be extremely stronger. He'd be able to do everything he needed. And then he'd be right back to where he was. He'd be more strong. He'd be able to know their weaknesses. Everything like that. He'd be able to do everything. So it really goes into par of what would happen. Would they succeed longer in Universe 11? Would Universe 11 be able to get erased as fast as they did? Would they be in trouble? Or would they, what would they do with the gods? What would they do with Zeno? All these theories, guys, it really makes you think of how they would do in the Tournament of Power. There's so many theories about what happened. Would I have liked in the Tournament of Power? I would love them in the Tournament of Power, but it didn't happen. Now, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. You guys know what's going on with the notifications. You guys what's going on with the likes. Let me know, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Peace.